When I have a thought, I gotta let it out. It's a bright spot that I can't even doubt. My opinion, my point of view, even if things are a little chopped and screwed. So yeah, even if you disagree. So yeah, even if I'm not in your pedigree. So yeah, especially if you agree. So yeah, so yeah. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever and whenever you're listening to it. Welcome to the So Yeah podcast with your girl, Caroline M. Diamond. And I would like to first start off by saying, yes, this is a different microphone. This is a little bit more slender. She's a little small. If you're like, oh, the podcast has been sounding kind of bad recently. Yeah, because my microphone died. And I was just using it as a prop, and I was using these tiny little mics. And so if it sounded like shit, I'm so fucking sorry, but like, we do what we gotta do. So I got a new little microphone. She's cute. So yeah. So this episode is gonna be like really chill because it's the start of summer. And I don't know about you. I've talked about it on the podcast before. I hate summer. I am summer's biggest hater. I don't like summer because one, after you're out of college, there's no point of even having summer anymore because I don't get a break from my life. June, July, August are still working months. And my biggest qualm is the weather. I hate sweating. I've always hated sweating, and I am a sweater. Like I feel it underneath my teats. I feel it in my cracks. I feel it in my crevice. I feel it on my upper lip. My upper lip be giving me away. I call it my pearl necklace. Not my preferred, but you know what I'm talking about. And I'm a face sweater too. So it's just like, it's always too fucking much. It's too much. Everything is hot. Also, like, as like, thicker, chunkier diva, I just, the summer fashions just like don't make me ever feel good. Okay, remix. I was hating on myself. They never make me feel good, okay? Like, I don't think that summer clothes are as cute as winter clothes. Like, I love a jacket. I love a chaqueta. And I wish I could layer more in the summer months. And you just can't. You literally can't. And also, being a little thicker than a snicker, I be chafing. I be chafing because my legs be rubbing together. And that upper thigh, even when I'm wearing like leggings, sometimes if I'm like sweating because, you know, maybe TMI, but like my crotch is sweating. If my ass is sweating, my crotch is sweating too, okay? Coochie sweating. My tits are sweating. Every crevice is sweating, and I hate chafing. Also, like, I be chafing like underneath my bra line because my tits are so big. Like, young tits, little titty girls like really could never even deal with the problems that big titty girls go through, and they like want to be on the same playing field. I'm so sorry, we're not in the same stratosphere. You know what, like, you can wear a bunch of different tops. I can't. I would wear the same top that a small titty girl would, and I would be over sexualized because my boobs are just so fucking big, and it's not my fault. It's Char's fault. Exactly. So I have issues with summer, and also, like, I don't know about you, we're finishing up Gemini season, thank God, and I actually love Geminis. Geminis get a bad rep in the world, and I think that Gemini energy needs to be going more towards Capricorn. That's all my own personal problems, but I love a Gemini. They are a little cuckoo, they are a little crazy, and it makes me laugh. And I have so many Gemini friends, and I mean like so many Gemini friends. I'm like, get away from me. So I've been partying nonstop. I've been out the house, and we are outside this summer. Don't get it twisted. We are outside this summer, but it is bus, club, another club, plane, next place, and mama is tired. I need my 8 hours of sleep. I'm one of those girls. I need 8 hours of sleep. I literally cannot. I cannot without it. So I've been feeling a little But I do love my Geminis. We are heading into Cancer season, which some cancers cool, some other cancers not so cool. But Gemini season, shablam, go gone. Also, we have to talk about the Knicks. I have no allegiance to any basketball team because I did not grow up watching basketball. Baltimore doesn't really have a basketball team. We have the Washington D.C., which would be the closest, but they kind of suck. So I'm like, I'm not putting my I was gonna say my gung ho-ness. Come on, gung ho-ness. Towards a team that like really sucks. Like I'm not gonna do it, especially if I don't care as much. I don't really care about basketball that much. It's not really my preferred sport. But I love I love New York. And so I was like, yeah, like, you know, the Knicks like haven't really won, all this kind of stuff. The fact that they won, I just am so jealous of New York right now. Not only because of the Knicks, but also because they have Mamdani. And it's just like, I've always wanted to live in New York City, you know, manifestation cauldron on this podcast. I will be bi-coastal one day. I will be owning my brownstone on the Lower East Side one day. But today, I am not bi-coastal, and I have always wanted to live in New York. The way I am FOMO as a motherfucker, because of the Knicks winning. Like the energy in New York, like I can even feel it through my phone screen. It's palpable. Like you could taste it, you could feel it, you could smell that piss coming off the pavement. You can feel it. I can feel it now, Mr. Krabs. And I'm so jealous that I'm not there right now. It's probably a good thing that I'm not there right now because the way people are probably so feral, I would probably end up pregnant. I'm just saying, I would love to lick a Nick, even an executive, a coach, a fan, you know what I mean? Like any of the above, I'm down for. But yeah, shout to the Knicks. Knicks and vibe. Period. This part of the podcast is called Currently, and it's everything that I am currently reading, watching, and listening to. It's a single, so we got new music coming, but Tinashe came out with a single called Too Easy, and I have always been a fan of Tinashe. I just think that her management team just like sucks a bag of, and they just don't know what to do with her. Like she actually is far beyond, I believe, like where pop music is, but like she just doesn't have the right team, so she's never really like getting there. A couple years ago she had like a couple songs like go viral, and I guess last year was like no brown boys, not my favorite. But this single Too Easy, yes, that dance break, can't. Jaquel Knight choreo, hitting it. Because I don't know about you, but I was there. All hands on doom 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 doom. All in the front, all in the back, just like whack 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 whack. That choreo ate. So when she employed Jaquel Knight again, I'm like, yes, the bitch is ready to come back. And this song, honestly, like slaps. It's so easy. It's so easy. I sound just like her. So listen to Too Easy by Tinashe so our girl can like get out of the Kia asylum, please. Please. She deserves it. As for what I'm reading, I started this book probably last week, and I talked about it on the podcast before, this author, BK Borison, but if you are just tuning out into the podcast, which that's fine, you know, new fans are still fans. You know, even if you're a longtime fan, I love you a little bit more just because we have more time together. But the author BK Borison, I actually have a personal connection to her. She was my childhood neighbor, literally my next door neighbor, right next door. Like, hello, like saw her right there outside of my house. And she has since become an author. And she's, I think that this book and Now Back to You is like her 8th book, which is so crazy because I remember when her first book came out during the first year of the pandemic, and now she's like signed to Penguin Books. So it's like a second part of the book. So, and Now Back to You, which is what I'm currently reading, is in the same universe of First Time Caller, which I've talked about First Time Caller on this podcast. And I read that, I think like earlier this year I read it, or maybe last year, but Um, First Time Caller is, you know, part one of like the universe, and Now Back to You is part two book in the series, and it is so good. Oh my god, I'm so like in it. But it's like a little bit of an enemies to lovers trope, which I do love. I also love a friends to lovers trope. I just like anything to lovers trope because like I am a lover. At the end of the day, like I am intense. I know I'm a lot of things, but like I am a lover, not a fighter. I am. But I'm still in the midst of reading it, and I will give all my thoughts when I finish it. And I've said it before on the podcast about BK Borison because First Time Caller, the first book in this series, got optioned for a movie deal, and I'm putting it out here again. I need to be a part of that movie. She knows. BK knows. I've talked to her about it. I need to be in that movie. And I don't care if I'm acting, I'm doing makeup, I'm dancing, I'm choreographing a little stuff. I don't give a fuck what it is. I am a part of that process in some way, shape, or form. Because that's the most, full circle thing that I've ever fucking seen. So we're putting it in the cauldron one more time. I will be there. Amen. And as for what I'm watching, I haven't finished it quite yet, but it's called Every Year After. Yeah, Every Year After, which is based on the book Every Summer After, which I read a couple of years ago. And yeah, it's a series on Amazon Prime. And of course, like, I don't know if I've said this before, but like sometimes when I read, I like don't really ingest everything. And then I like read it and I'm like, oh my God, awesome, loved it. You asked me like 3 months later what that book was about. No clue, girl. Like nothing up here. Couldn't tell you the main character's name. Couldn't tell you shit, actually. But I read this book Every Summer After, maybe like 2 or 3 years ago. So I don't really, this is like all new to me. The show is so bad. It is so bad. The acting is terrible. Like, I don't know how, we just came from off campus and now we're in Every Year After, and it's just like we are not in the same time zone, you know, at all. It is not good. The acting is not good. Also, like, if I'm watching, so I'm sorry, like I'm a little vapid. I need main characters to be hot. I am not attracted to either brother at all. The girl, I'm like also two ginger girls. Like, are you kidding? Like, when does that happen? Like, two gingers are friends? No, we're not. We're all not friends out here. Okay, there's only one ginger allowed per group. I don't know. I don't make the rules. That's just the protocol. But the boys are not cute, and it's just like not very good. But like, I'm kind of like hate watching now. I think I'm like on the 6th episode out of 8, and I'm just gonna like finish it to like get through it. But like, it's really not good. Like, very not good. And I don't think that the response has been good either in the ether, and it shouldn't be because it's terrible. But I will be hate watching. I do love to do that sometimes. Thank you so much for listening, watching the podcast, wherever you get podcasts. You know, I always appreciate the fan support. And yeah, there's nothing else to say except, so yeah.